Now students, we will be discussing saving and investment approach of equilibrium. When we had talked about saving and investment approach, we have talked that y is equal to AB. What is y? That is the income. It has two components, C plus S, and aggregate demand has two components, C plus I. C and C cancel, so savings is equal to investment. So we are interested in two things. One is saving. Let's talk about the saving function. What is saving function? When from the income, the amount which is consumed, the leftover amount is known as savings. That is, there is some savings in all the economy. Savings could be a negative savings, it could be zero saving, or it could be positive saving. So, it's the rate at which the consumer is saving, or it's the functional relationship between saving and income. As the income increases, the saving also increases. Now when we say I is a autonomous investment. Autonomous investment done irrespective of the level of income. So when saving is equal to investment, or we can say whatsoever is saved in the economy, the whole amount is invested. Who are the savers? That again the same topic has again arrived. Savers are the households. They put their savings in the bank. From there the producers borrow and they invest. So in this way the saving is converted into the investment. So when we are having the same table that we had done in ADAS approach. The same table is there, only few things are left. So income is increasing by 20 units. Consumption is increasing by 10 units. Saving is income minus consumption minus 20, minus 10, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on. Autonomous investment we had already talked about that it is 10. When we add the consumption and investment, then it becomes the aggregate demand. Now students, the equilibrium will be where S is equal to I. Here S is equal to I. It is the same position where our aggregate demand was equal to aggregate supply. So that is what we are saying equilibrium. Equilibrium will be at the same level. We can determine it by two approaches. Either we can determine it by ADAS approach because y is equal to AS. ADAS approach, or we can determine it with saving and investment approach. The result will be the same. So here savings is exactly equal to investment at this level where AD is equal to AS. So how to show it? Now we are not required to make a line of reference. We have to make it like this. We have to make the negative equilibrium also. We have to make it also. So I is the induced investment. We have to show I equal to S. Where I is equal to S? Where the income is 60. So starting from minus 20, saving is starting from minus 20. Starting from minus 20, we would be passing it in such a way so that it is cutting the investment line at 60. So here the savings are 10. Savings are 10. Here the investment is 10. So this is the point of equilibrium where savings are exactly equal to our investments. Dear students, so this is a small equilibrium where we can say it could be easily represented. Firstly, wherever the ADAS approach or SI approach comes, how you have to answer. First of all, you have to tell what is equilibrium. Equilibrium is a situation where whatsoever is planned consumption is equal to planned production. That is the equilibrium. Here we are saying that planned saving is equal to planned investment. So what we are talking about, everything we are talking about is ex ante. Ex ante savings, ex ante investment, ex ante AD, ex ante AS. We are not talking about ex post. It is only what the producer or consumer planned to, not what actually is being done in the economy. With actual investment and actual saving, nothing has to be done, only with the plan. So firstly we have to define the equilibrium. Then in S&I approach we would be going it like this. I would be sending you notes also, and then we have to make the schedule, and then we have to make the diagram. Now the restoration of restoration of equilibrium. It is also here if we say savings are more than investment or savings are less than investment, then how the economy will again restore the equilibrium. If the savings are less, suppose savings are less, it means that what the people are doing, they are spending more. Less saving means that expenditure is more in the economy. Okay, so first point, less saving means more expenditure. Expenditure is AD. It's again coming to AD. Less saving means more expenditure. More expenditure means more aggregate demand. When the aggregate demand in the economy is more, it means that people are demanding more. More demand will lead to insufficient supply, or we can say the producer will suffer loss due to unfulfilled demand. Now they would not be able to fulfill the demand of the producer, so they will suffer the loss due to unfulfilled demand. When they will suffer the loss due to unfulfilled demand, what they will do? They will produce more next year, so production will increase. More production means more employment. More employment will be given, then only the more production is there. More employment means more income. More income means more savings, and savings will increase and become equal to investment. This is how the economy will restore. Now let's again see what happened when the savings are less. It means that we have to increase the savings. How the savings would be increased? Let's go step by step. When the savings are less savings means that the expenditure or the consumption is more. More consumption means the aggregate demand is more. More aggregate demand means that the consumers are coming and the producer is not able to fulfill his demand. So the producer will be suffering the loss due to unfulfilled demand. What will happen then? The producers will be producing more next year. When the producer will be producing more next year, then they would be giving more employment, more output, more income. More income will lead to more savings, and this will become equal to savings. Now, what will happen if savings are more? More savings means less aggregate demand. More savings means less consumption. Less consumption means less aggregate demand. When there is less aggregate demand in the economy, then what will happen? Due to the less aggregate demand, now the producers will be suffering the loss due to unwanted stock. There will be unwanted or leftover stock left with them. So what they will be doing the next year? They will not be producing the same amount next year. So they would be producing less as they are already having the stock with them. Less production means now they would be giving less employment, less output, less income, and as a result less savings will be there, and savings will reduce to become equal to investment. So this is how the equilibrium is restored when savings are more. Now the next topic of this chapter is investment multiplier. If we talk about investment multiplier, it means that whenever we do investment in the economy, it multiplies. Multiplies means it could multiply by 2, it could multiply by 3, it increases manifold. If we had done the investment of 100 crore, the income would not be increased by 100 crore itself. It could be increasing by 200 crore, 300 crore, 400 crores. Depends upon the marginal propensity to consume. How people are consuming in this economy. So when we talk about the investment multiplier, it is denoted by K. K is equal to delta Y over delta I. It means how we would be defining investment multiplier. It is a number of times by which our income is going to increase due to the increase in the investment. It is a number of times by which income is going to increase due to increase in investment, delta Y over delta I. this is investment multiplier. It means that income increases manifold, or the income has a multiple effect. The increase in income is in multiples. So, how we could be giving the mechanism? This is a very important question. Every time this question is being asked, that what is the mechanism of investment multiplier, or how investment multiplier works in the economy. 6 marker question is going to come from this chapter. So, how the investment multiplier is going to work in the economy, or what's the mechanism, then we have to start with the rounds. First we will be making the rounds, round 1, round 2. What happens stepwise? Round means how the steps, in what steps the investment and the income is increasing. Firstly, we would be assuming that increase in investment is 100 crore in the economy. In the economy, the 100 crores are being invested. Okay, in round 1, 100 crores are invested. When we say that 100 crores are invested, how the 100 crores could be invested? The plant would be purchased, the land would be purchased, the building will be made, cement, iron, the labor will be given. So, when the investment is done, it means 100 crore investment, 100 crore expenditure, that is exactly equal to the income. Whatsoever been spent in the economy, that becomes the income of someone else. So, the change in income will also be the 100 crores. In the first round, when 100 crores are invested, the change in income is 100 crores. So that becomes the income of some other persons. Now, let's assume that marginal propensity to consume in the economy is 0.5. And if marginal propensity to consume is 0.5, then marginal propensity to save will also be 0.5. When we say the marginal propensity to consume is 0.5, that means that consumer will consume 50% of whatsoever additional income would be there. So change in income is 100 crores. Out of that 100 crore, 50% will be consumed and rest 50% will be saved. We are leaving aside whatsoever being saved. So whatsoever being consumed, that is the main thing which will tell that how the investment multiplier is working. Whatsoever being consumed, if out of the income of 100 crores, 50 crores are spent or consumed, whatsoever consumed become the income of someone else. When we consume something, it becomes the income of someone else. So in round 2, those 50 crores which are consumed, they again become change in income. Okay, then the round 2 starts. Now change in income is 50 because 50 crores are being spent. What happens now? Out of this new income of 50 crores, what will happen? Due to the marginal propensity to consume being 0.5, 25 crores will be consumed and rest 25 crores will be saved. Again 25 crores consumption, that would again be converting into the income in the round 3. Now in round 3, those 25 crores which were consumed in round 2 becomes the income, change in income. And likewise every time whatsoever change in income is there, that would be splitting into 2 parts, change in consumption and change in savings. Now whatsoever change in consumption is there, that will again be becoming change in income. In this way change in income will be again and again, it is becoming more. So we are leaving aside change in savings. Now if we are working right over here, change in income will become 200 crores. At the end of the 10th round, it will become 200 crore. You need not to calculate it. We would be calculating it with the help of formula. Every time we would not be splitting in, because more and more it would be in the points. So change in consumption 100 crores and change in, out of this change in income, which is 200 crore due to the MPC 0.5, 100 crores are consumed and 100 crores are saved. But we had done the investment only of 100 crores. When we say the multiplier is equal to delta y over delta I, it means when we say change in income is 200 crores, it means the change in investment 100. So 2 times multiple effects is being shown. Multiple effect is shown 2 times. 2 times means that multiplier is whenever whatsoever being invested in the economy, that would double itself the income will be doubled, 2 times. There is a direct relationship between K and MPC. Direct relationship. More will be the consumption, more will be the multiplier. Multiplier will also be found as 1 over 1 minus MPC. Now, how the direct relationship is there? Let's assume that MPC is 0.5. Now, let's assume MPC to be 0.5. So, what would be the multiplier? 1 over 1 minus 0.5. That is 1 over 0.5. 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5. Removing the point, we would be having 2. So that is 2 times multiplier should be there. That's why due to the 100 crores of investment, 200 crore income is there. If the MPC is increased, let the MPC be to be 0.8. If the people in that economy are in the habit of consuming more, like in the developed countries, the people are having the habit of consuming more. But in the countries like India, we are having the habit of saving more. So what will be the multiplier effect? 1 over 1 minus MPC. It will become 1 over 1 minus 0.8, 1 over 0.2. Removing the point, we would be having 10 here. So it will be 5 times. If the people are in the habit of consuming 80%, then the multiplier would be 5 times. It means that due to the increase in the investment of 100 crores, we would be increase in the income would be 500 crores. So the question may come, a small short question, that what is the relationship between MPC and multiplier? MPC and multiplier are having the same, having the direct relationship. Increase in the marginal propensity to consume will increase the multiplier every time. But what is the relationship between MPC and MPS? Multiplier is equal to 1 over MPS. It is having indirect relationship. More the people save, less will be the increase in income. Suppose in the first case, if we are talking that 0.5 is the marginal propensity to consume, then 0.5 will be the, here the effect will be same. So 10 upon 5 is equal to 2. What will happen if MPC is 0.2? MPS is 0.2. When we are talking that MPC is 0.8. So 1 over 0.2. Then it will be 10 over 2. So it would be 5 times. The answer would be same. But the difference is there. Here MPC is decreasing. Here MPC is decreasing. Earlier it was 0.5, now it is 0.2. With the decrease in MPC, the multiplier is increasing. With the decrease in MPC, the multiplier is increasing. That's why it is the indirect relationship. Here, the MPC was 0.5 and the MPC was 0.8. Now with the increase in MPC, the multiplier is increasing. That's why it is having a direct relationship. It is having an indirect relationship. The students, the question could be asked in the exam that it's a Hawks question that prove that MPC and K is having the direct relationship by giving the numerical examples. Then you can yourself take 0.5 and 0.8, which could also be asked and prove that there is an indirect relationship between MPS and K. Then you can yourself have to take the values of MPS and MPC, but you have to clear-cut tell that here the MPS is decreasing and multiplier is increasing. That's why it is having indirect relationship. Here MPC is increasing and multiplier is also increasing. That's why it is having the indirect relationship. So this is what the multiplier is. We have to define the multiplier. We have to show the working of the multiplier. We have to tell the relationship between multiplier and the marginal propensity to consume and marginal propensity to save. But students, when we say that the multiplier, with the increase in the multiplier, there is an increase in the income. That is known as the forward action of multiplier. Forward action, increase in investment as well as increase in income. But students, there is also a backward effect of the multiplier. If the investment is withdrawn from the economy, then also it is having the multiple effect. If the investment of 100 crore is withdrawn, it means that the income might go down by 200 crores, 300 crores, whatsoever multiplier is there. That is known as the backward action of multiplier. When the investment is withdrawn, the income will decrease in multiple effect. When the investment is done, then the income will increase in the multiplier effect. That is the forward action. So that's all in this chapter.